Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, BitLogic 10. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the very basics of Python if-else statements in one video tutorial. So what are Python if-else statements? So basically, if-else lets your code make decisions and it checks a condition and then chooses what to do, right? So if it's like, if this, then do this, right? But if that's not the case, then do this, right? So if this, else that. Right, so I have the first example I have it's really simple, probably the most simple example you ever see. So I have a is a variable and it equals 10. So if a is greater than 5, then we print big number, else print small number. So it's really easy to understand. So let's just run it and see. So we get our output is big number, and that's because 10a equals 10, remember? So 10 is greater than 5, so it prints big number. But if we change this to like 3, we'll probably get small number, because 3 is less than 5, remember that, okay? The next one, another example I have is just checks with if-else. So, else if, right? So it's basically just another else condition, but with like, instead of you saying else, we say elif. So it's just another condition to check. So we have the score equals 80. So then if our score is greater than or equal to 90, it'll print you have an A in this class. If the score is greater than or equal to 70, it'll say you have a B in this class. Or, if none of those are the cases, then it'll print you have a C or below in this class. So let's check what happens. So since we have an 80, we have a B in this class. So if we put like a 98, what will we get? We'll get an A. See, you have an A in this class because 98 is greater than 90, not greater than or equal to 90, right? So that's another example. So here's the last example I have. It uses user input for the if-else condition, right? So here it is. So remember, you can use user inputs for these conditions if you want, right? They're really helpful if you're trying to check for something. You're asking the user for something. So right here, I have a password. So the password is a default Python 123. That's the default password, right? So now I'm asking the user for input. Enter the password. So if he enters it correctly, it'll print access granted and you have access to the whatever you're trying to get into. Else, if you get it wrong, it'll print wrong password. So let me try. So if I enter the password, let me see, capital P Python 123. It wouldn't work because we have the wrong password. Because remember, capitals do count. So we have the wrong password. But if I try this again and I do Python 123 lowercase, it'll say access granted. So that's how you use user inputs for if-else statements, right? So why are if-else statements actually important and why do we really use them? Well, if you use if-else statements, it's easier for your code to run, it's easier to understand, it's easier than just like printing a lot of stuff, commenting them out, and it's also it's really easy to check your code as well. Because remember, in almost every single program that you probably use every day, games, apps, and websites, anything that really needs something to react, um, it always has an if-else statement, right? It always helps you like change it up instead of just being in a straight line all the time. So that's it for the video. If you want like a longer look, if you want like a more detailed video, just comment it down below. I'll be happy to do it. If you want me to cover other topics like loops, functions, or make like a full project, hit like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.